Hi guys, my name is Voracious, and I play Valorant. I'm currently ranked Gold, and I'm an Omen main. Um, Please bear with me, as this is my first YouTube video, and I still haven't worked out all of the kinks with my mic, and haven't gotten over my self-hatred of my own voice. So, yeah, this video will be mainly for lower ranked Omen mains, or just anybody who wants to learn about this extremely fun agent. And it's basically going to show all of the best teleport sequences and outplays that I think can be consistently pulled off with little to no effort. And they're going to be all for Haven on this video, and I'll release more videos with all of the other maps as well. So yeah. So, the first teleport sequence that I'll show you is Haven A site. What you're going to do, you're going to walk up with your team here, it'll already be cleared. Sova, Joan, whatever. You've gotten all the way up here. You're gonna smoke Heaven, and you're gonna toss smoke on top of this truck. This will usually be smoked by the enemy. You're gonna come up here. You're gonna take your teleport on top of this truck, and then you're gonna teleport into this corner here. You don't want to teleport over here because you've already used one smoke for Heaven, and if you teleport here, people will usually see you as they come and try and flood out of CT, and there'll be no smoke here to hide yourself. So the best teleport spot would be here. When you're on top of this truck, you have multiple teleport options. You can teleport Hell, Heaven, into this cubby, even over here on top of the boxes. But the safest option is pretty much always right here. You'll see Flex Ninja did that a lot. Teleporting into Hell can be okay, but I feel like there's a lot less, chances to kill people. The only people you can really kill are people back here. And then once you're here, there's no escape pretty much, since you've already used both of your teleports. So unless you have your ultimate to get out, I would not recommend that whatsoever. And teleporting into Heaven, it's so risky because usually there's somebody sitting in this smoke, and waiting to flat out, waiting for it to fade. And even if you do teleport, it's like the most obvious one that you see people doing a lot. So yeah, don't recommend that. You can also do that same thing basically from short. The only problem with short is I find in low elo, a lot of people don't take short properly. It's pretty hard to clear, I think, without a dedicated drone or an initiator, to take all of this space. So a lot of people just tend to avoid short, and you'll see like five people in the team just running down long and ignoring short. I want to remind everybody to not do this, because like 7 times out of 10 there'll be one person in short hiding with a Bucky or a Judge, right? And you're going to be planting it, and nobody's going to be expecting it. He's going to pop out, he's going to kill you, and he's going to kill 2 of your teammates before he gets traded out, and then the round is just pretty much over. So yeah, make sure to clear short, especially if you're an initiator. Make sure to use your utility to clear all of that out. But as I was saying, you can do essentially the same teleport from short. Make sure to clear that close corner there. But yeah, teleport on top of truck, teleport into this corner. Make sure you clear here, because there's always at least one enemy there, and then you can kill the people backside. When you throw this teleport on top of the truck, make sure to put it on the top one and not these smaller boxes, because as you see, when you're like inside this, you have to look straight up to see if you teleported, and it's it's a lot harder to play around. But let's say if you smoked on top of this little one, the enemy would just be straight inside it, and they could even use it as cover to sort of move around, which you don't want to do. Yeah, on B site, what I like to do is smoke A-Link. Make sure your smokes are always flush with the wall, so enemies can't lurk out. And then I toss a one-way like this for C-Link, and the enemies will see it like this. No, it's not the most perfect one-way. They can still crouch and see, but it's pretty good. So yeah, smoke A-Link, toss a one-way for C-Link. And then you're gonna jump, teleport into the one-way. Then you can just teleport like that into backside and fight any of the people back here. Really good for taking people off guard. You can do pretty much the exact same play, but you smoke C-Link and one-way for A-Link. Another thing you can do, you can toss a one-way like this. It's pretty much the same play, but I think this one-way is a little bit better. Toss like that. You can teleport into here. The only problem for this is you see your teleport doesn't reach all the way into backside, so you're gonna have to jump. Oop, messed it up. Or you're gonna have to jump to get more distance on that teleport, so you'll be exposed a little bit. That's pretty much all there is for V site. For garage, there's two things I like to do. The first one is if you're pushing with your team, it's a normal, you know, buy round, whatever. You're gonna smoke like this, so a little bit sticks out, kinda. You're gonna flash the entire site, or choke, whatever, and you can teleport into this corner. You take people here off guard, and you're hidden from this area because of your smoke, which is really good. And if you smoked correctly,
cover going out.
You'll even be able to, you know, swing like this, and then you can jump up into garage here and take even more space for your team. Yeah, that's the first thing I like to do in garage. If it's on an eco round, however, I like to do what I like to call the fastest flank in the West. You smoke. Usually it's when your team is pushing C, so the enemy's distracted. But you'll smoke CT. You'll smoke garage. You'll toss a flash. Then you teleport directly into the smoke. Once you're here, just teleport again, and now you're behind the enemy. You duck into your own smoke, and you take all the fights here. And this is, I think, the fastest way to flank into C site without like an ultimate or something. So yeah, that's what I call the fastest flank in the West, and I've used it a lot actually to catch people off guard. It's pretty good. The only thing you really have to worry about here is people in window, and then once you teleport over here, people pushing from here and here, and of course if they somehow are holding you. And the reason we only do this on eco rounds is because, you know, there's a pretty high chance there's at least one person in the garage here, you know, holding. You know, they hear people, they're here waiting for you to jump up maybe, so you never know, they might be in there waiting for you to teleport. But to mitigate the chances of that, you know, the flash really helps. They won't hear you. You might be able to get next to them or behind them, they won't notice. So yeah, that's what I like to do in garage. Now for C, there's not too much great teleport potential here. I see some people smoking like this, teleporting into it, then teleporting backside. And that's okay, and I've seen Valorant Omen do this. The problem with this is that it actually helps the enemy flood out, you know, because you can't hold from here anymore. This is actually a good smoke for the enemy. A lot of times he'll toss it like this so they can help flood out, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't like to do that. You can also one-way it, but that's pretty much the same deal. You know, it's like an equal one-way for the enemy. So what I like to do instead is just do your default smokes.
Cover going out.
You get a flash to make sure you get logs and all of behind here. From here you can teleport into default. Fight who's here, fight who's here. You can also check logs here, and then from there you can scale up. I have seen Dr. Freeze
Cover going out.
do pretty much the same thing. But afterwards he teleports. Ooh, whoops. He teleports into his own garage smoke. You can fight people in garage as well, and he can also take fights here and CT as well. So that's a pretty interesting teleport sequence, outplay, whatever you want to call it, but I've never personally done it. I think that's pretty much all for attacker side. And since we're on C, we'll start with retakes from C. If you're coming from CT, what I like to do is, you've probably seen if you've watched Open Omen's guide. You toss that smoke around this truck, teleport into it. Now what Opium Omen does is come around here, kill whoever's planting, then maybe, you know, teleport into a corner like this. I don't like to do that because usually when I'm retaking, you know, I'm not immortal or radiant, so by the time I get here, the spike's already planted. So I'll toss pretty much the same smoke, pretty much the same toke, pretty much the same flash, and I'll be in it. And then I like to teleport into backside, okay? Because there's pretty much always at least one person back here, and that can really take people by surprise. And then from here, you can fight this corner, you can fight this corner, whatever. Yeah, that's what I like to do on retake for C. And if you're retaking through garage, the best thing to do is you're gonna do like this weird, like bulbous kind of smoke. Dr. Freeze has also done this before. You do this weird smoke, and then you can take fights like this, really difficult fights, for the enemy, I mean. Because who's gonna expect you to be in this tiny sliver, you know, fighting? That's really good. And then you can even use this to create more space to teleport, you know. Let's say you're here, you kill one guy, you kill the guy planting here, right? Then once everybody's looking at you, you teleport, maybe you get one more. Yeah, that's how I like to fight out of garage. One more thing before I forget. When it's a 1v1 or however many people alive, right? And you've planted the spike here, and you're playing a smokes character. Unless your smoke is ginormous and, you know, fully covers it, always toss this one way. In a 1v1, this one way is so overpowered. Always make sure to plant here and, yeah, do that exact one way. That's very, very good. Retaking garage, that's pretty simple.
Cover going out.
Or defending it at least. It's pretty simple. You just smoke it.
Stealing sight.
Flash. You can teleport if there's, you know, a smoke here or something. But usually you just toss a flash and you can fight. Also, defense on C. What I usually like to do, I just play back here behind plat. You know, toss your smoke. When they flood out, flash them. Try and get one. You get one, you can get out pretty easily. Just basic stuff. Retaking on B. I think retaking on B is kind of difficult because you have to worry about here, here, here. You know, all of these angles. And mainly, like, you're pretty much exposed to all angles when you're retaking B. And I think the best way to do it is to just... Well, there's many ways to do it, actually. If you know there's someone in the backside, you can teleport... Ooh, I keep messing up my teleports today. You can teleport backside. You know, blind them, teleport behind them, try and get the kill. If there's not, if there's info, there's no one backside, you can actually just teleport into it, I think. And this is a much more favorable spot to be taking fights from instead of ceiling. But besides that, I think the best way is you can just toss a smoke on top, cover your teleport, and then you can, you know, teleport onto one of these other corners. You know, on top of here maybe into this corner over here. Try and catch somebody off guard. Yeah. And if you're on A-Link trying to retake, I think you can do, you know, the same thing, teleporting back here behind. Or what I usually actually do is I just smoke.
Shadows traveling.
I just, you know, toss a flash like this and try and just clear out all the corners manually. It's, you know, there's just not a lot of teleports you can do. Usually, hopefully, your team will be with you and they'll help clear everything out. I think that's pretty much it for B site. Except I saw this in a Mr. Lowlander video. It's very underrated. Instead of TPing on top of here to take this off angle, TPing on top of this thing I think is a lot better because it's so much more unpredictable. Right? People usually expect you to be here. They don't expect you to be all the way back here. And I've gotten people off guard like this a lot of times. It's very useful. Teleport on top of here next time if you want to take an off angle with an op maybe. Retaking A. Through CT, here's what I like to do. I toss this smoke. This smoke is so good. If you're on defense, always toss this smoke. It's so good for playing around on site when they flood out. You know, they can't instantly clear here. You can hide inside it, fight this guy, you know, swing out, kill the planter. It helps protect you from short. It's such a good smoke. Highly recommended. So I'll toss this smoke.
Shadows traveling.
Usually, you know, there'll be a smoke CT like this.
Going out.
I'll flash this corner here. Then I'll just teleport. Kill this guy here. You know, hopefully... there's no one have... hell, sorry. And I've had it before where the smoke fades exactly like it did there on the exact right time. Come here. You kill this guy. The smoke fades. You can kill the two guys here, the one planting and whatever. And then your retake is pretty successful off of that. You can do pretty similar things, you know, with the truck teleport on C site. Usually you flash before that. You can come around. You're here. Try and get a kill maybe. And then teleport into one of these corners. Even into short here. Basically, smoke on site somewhere. Toss a teleport into it. Toss a flash out. Teleport somewhere else. Try and get a kill. It's pretty simple. It can pretty much be applied to every single site on every single map in Valorant. If you're Omen, I usually follow this one rule. The team gets one smoke and I get one smoke. So, you know, I can toss the smoke heaven, toss the smoke truck, TP into it when I'm attacking, you know. That way, you know, I'm not leaving my team completely abandoned, you know, where they're struggling to enter because there's no smokes. But it also means that I can enter for myself. And, you know, if one person starts complaining, oh, there's no CT smoke, bro, they can cry about it, honestly. It's Valorant rank, nobody cares. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Haven. Actually, one more thing on defense for A. It's pretty simple. I usually play back here.
Cover going out.
Toss your two smokes like that, or like I said, this really good one.
Shadows traveling.
Take some fights. If you're feeling a little bit risky, you teleport into this corner when they're flooding out. It's pretty good for catching people off guard. And yeah, just keep in mind with the super riskier plays, usually you want to do them in an eco round so you're not giving the enemy guns, or you're not losing guns or losing economy. But yeah, for Haven, that's pretty much all of the good teleport sequences that I use frequently that work for me. And one last topic regarding ultimates. There's basically only one thing you need to keep in mind. Is when you look at your ultimate thing, there's like the big circle around the two little circles. That is like the sound indicator. So wherever you teleport, in that radius is where they will hear like that really loud noise. So let's say I teleport here, right? You can see that that doesn't go onto A site. It doesn't come over here. It ends right here. And it doesn't go into tower. And it doesn't go into B site. And only a little bit of link, okay? So if there's anybody right here, that's the only place that'll hear me. So I can pretty safely teleport into this spot.
Run. My ultimate is ready.
And then, you know, I can go heaven, I can go wherever. I can go flank them, kill them all. So just keep that in mind. That's the only thing you need to remember. One more tip. I like to do this a lot on C site. With your ultimate, push or use your ultimate when your team is pushing like a lot. Let's say it's a full like 4-man rush through, you know, main here or long. Your team will be rushing in, utility, flying, flashes, drones, scans, whatever. I like to teleport just backside. Not only does this help clear backside, or usually actually teleport into this corner, you can clear here, you can help kind of clear logs, and backside. And if there's anybody back here as well, it's not like they can turn and look at you, because one, you can cancel it. Two, they're getting rushed by 4 or 3 enemies pushing them, you know? So it's pretty dangerous for them to turn around. So that's a really good thing to remember. Ulting backside when your team is pushing. So for Haven, I think that's pretty much everything. Hello everyone. I wanted to thank everybody who made it this far into the video for bearing with me. I use a lot of filler words. I'm not really accustomed to making YouTube videos yet, but I promise with time I will get better. And I think this video lacked a lot of structure. It was completely no script, just going off what's in my head. And yeah, next time I'll try and add some more structure to it probably. And if you have any questions or comments or any tips for me to help make better YouTube videos, yeah, please tell me. Yeah, thanks everyone.